I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Nelson Mandela. Courage is defined in many ways. To some people, courage may be strength, but to others, it is something indescribable. In Orson Scott Card's sci-fi novel Ender's Game, courage is shown in many ways, especially by Dink Minker. He demonstrates courage through his actions, including accepting Ender into his army, looking out for Ender, and speaking the truth even if it may hurt him. The most courageous and audacious character in this sensational novel is Dink Minker. When Ender Wiggin is assigned to Salamander Army, no one likes him. Ender is eventually traded to Rat Army. Here, Ender will truly learn how to be a commander. Dink understands that Ender has been isolated from being the brightest and the most clever person. He shows a hospitality towards Ender and teaches him how to be a good commander. Listen, Ender. Commanders have just as much authority as you let them. The more you obey them, the more power they have over you. Ender learns that a great leader gains the respect, not the fear, of his companions. Dink also tells Ender to ignore what Rose the Nose orders and to do what he thinks is best for himself. Finally, Dink proves to be a true inspiration to Ender. Dink also shows sheer courage in two other different ways. Dink shows boldness by speaking the truth even if it may get him in trouble. It's the teachers. They're the enemy. They ask to fight each other, to hate each other. The game is everything. Dink had the chance to become a commander twice, but he turned it down because he didn't want to fall into the traps of the teachers. Dink's awareness makes Ender a better leader and more aware of his special environment. It also lets Andrew, or Ender, know that he is a tool for the International Fleet, or IF. The This allows Ender to create resentment and a slight hatred towards the IF. Dink is a great friend. He helps Ender think of new ideas and new challenges that he hasn't faced before, but he also looks out for Ender. Don't be alone. Ever. Dink. Dink is aware of this growing hatred towards Ender because he is the best commander, but also because he is undefeated in his battles. Dink and some of Ender's old friends warn him of a fight that could possibly end his life. At first, Ender doesn't take this seriously until it happens. His competitor is his old commander, Bonzo Madrid. After Bonzo accident, After killing Bonzo accidentally, others understand not to mess with him. However, without the courage of Dink standing up for his friend, Ender, it could very well have ended with the death of Andrew Wiggin. Dink Meeker is also a true and daring friend because he allows his friends to take the glory. Once Ender is in command of the school on Arrows, Dink lets Ender take control and become the admiral, while he remains a commander. For some people, going from being the teacher to the student is too hard and unrealistic, but Dink is okay with it. The fact that Dink Meeker is fine with it seems to show true courage and boldness. Some some people may say other characters are more courageous or daring. However, they are wrong. Ender may seem brave, being a young boy in a tough life, which he perseveres, but he couldn't do it without his friends to help him. Also, he pushed some of his friends too far. Graphis is another character to be considered. Although he saved the human race through unfair ways that made an 11-year-old a hero, he pushed he, he has pushed kids so far that they have physically, mentally, and spiritually broken inside. Maybe Graph is a hero, but pushing and breaking kids for 50 years doesn't seem to be all that heroic. Finally, Ender's sister Valentine would be considered maybe a character that is considered to be a valiant. It's true that Val did change the citizens' whole look on government, but she couldn't have done it without her brother. Creating fake citizens for the truth about government may seem to be something courageous beyond belief. She she really was just doing it so that way she wouldn't get bullied by her older brother. You know, even though these characters may seem fearless, they do not compare to Dane. While it can be argued and debated who the most courageous person in Orson Scott Card's fantastic novel, Ender's Game, is, no reason can argue that another character is more outgoing and clever than Dink Maker. Dink pushes Ender to be his best, encourages and inspires him, tells him what is truly going on with the International Fleet, whether the International Fleet likes it or not. He's not average in any way, shape, or form, except for when it comes to being a true friend. This is why Dink Meeker is the most courageous person in Ender's Game.